All right, next up is levels. One sec. Next up is levels. I'll be honest, on this play, I was really considering just having the double start out here for the fact that maybe it could cause the mic to slide over out of our window. Would love feedback on that. But for now, I'll just have it like this, right? Just have it like this. So the levels on this, the main concept of the name is actually the back side of the progression. So we're gonna start over on this side. This would be our 1. This would be our 2. And then we're back here with our 3 and 4. Now, really it should be 3, 4. Or I'm sorry, really it should be the opposite. Like what we've been doing, how the deeper target or what have you, we could just say 3, 4, right? But basically, zone scenario, we're reading this guy, right? Who has, does he widen to help this? Does he sink with, at the time, what looks like a seam? Does he get deep to help with, or does he get shallow to help with the double, right? Then this guy, obviously, belongs back here, has to respect that. This guy belongs back here, we're driving off the line to threaten it, right? This guy, does he sink and help with this? Does he immediately stay shallow to help with this? We kind of have him with 2 choices to worry about. Same thing with this mic. This mic, center's gonna flash across his eyes, probably not gonna bail out of that because of that. Especially with this Y coming towards him, he's sort of responsible for this, but really the bind we have him in is a high-low bind, and that's what this levels is another high-low read on the Mike linebacker, similar to shallow cross. Now with shallow cross, they're coming from opposite directions. So we have a drag from one direction and we have the dig from the opposite direction. So the windows open and close a little differently than this one. I actually think this is the easier read with them both coming from the same direction. So what you'll have, right? Snap of the ball, we check here. Did this guy bail in either of either of those directions to give us a quick, easy, see a hitch and hit it? If this is open, just hit it, right? Just look over there. If it's open, hit it. We don't got to guess. We don't got to look back and say, oh, if you'd have waited, this would have came open. Something's open, hit it. This could be the first thing, right? Bam. If he's there, our eyes go to check, if the corner's a possibility. Usually this guy's going to do his job, but pre-snap you may have thought it was zone and he's going to drop, and then they were disguising it, and it's man, and this guy done bit down on this hitch and created some traffic, and we could get that out of there. So it's worth the peek, even if you think pre-snap, hey, it's sink cover 3, that's not there. Worth the look. Then we come backside, and your eyes are going to go to the mic, right? Is the mic dropping down? Is he on? Because if he crashes down and is on this in route around here, the window to rip this dig is over here. He's out of the way. So out of our break, for this mic to be in the way to affect this, he's got to be to the inside of this route, right? Which means if he's to the inside, if he's got inside leverage on this in breaking route, he's not wide enough to affect this in breaking route. So that's the look. Looking at the mic, is he deep? Is he shallow? Is he wide this way? Where is he at? We're hopefully looking for him to bite down and right on the first shallow in for us to rip the deep in right behind him, right? And this safety, obviously, belongs back here. We don't necessarily have a route keeping him back there. There is the potential for him to bite down on this, which is why the window to throw this is not over the middle. It's over here. Okay? If we're hitting this dig, maybe it's this wide, but, it's preferably right out of the break. We took a look, he's here, that was shut off, eyes come to the mic, he's shallow, bam, right? We don't want to wait too long. Is there a secondary window to hit this for the double over here? Sure, let the double do that. Q, we're not holding it long enough to get to that unless we just have all day, the rush isn't coming, whatever. But we're quickly just, 1, 2, 3, 4. If not, out to the double, right? For the double. Or actually, I didn't do man, right? I didn't do man. Man's pretty simple, you know. This guy would hold him here. You could even do something, and I considered having the X be the guy off the line of scrimmage, so we could do motion pick, like what we were talking about doing with Bo, and we may still, because I mean, there's not a true reason why this H needs to be off. So we could flip that. We could do that, you know, on the go. You two just flip and then do it. It doesn't have to, you know, be that way in the playbook for us to do things like that, right? Yeah, man, we could set up something where this guy gets a jam here on you. You get to the outside and get to outside leverage, and unless they call and execute, you know, a good switch, we should be able to get that corner open in man situations. And then again, over here, we would just be clearing a window. We'd be man here. The Mike would actually have the back in this instance. So whether we flare him out the backfield or start him over here, he's getting moved out of this window. You'll have two pretty easy windows here, right? You either a really quick, easy in-breaking route to bear or bud somebody big at the wide position. But even if they jump it super hard, soon as they jump it, it's clearing the window for this dig. And there's no world where we let this corner beat us to the inside here, right? We're driving him off the ball. He has to respect us deep, and we're breaking inside. Easy completion. So that's man. You ain't got to draw it right much, honestly. Secondary play. We got him, right? Secondary play. This is our deep. This would be our shallow. And here we go. Right? Easy. Easy. We dump this to the double. Should be easy to know where you belong. Easy to get the ball to those spots. It almost unfolds no differently. And that'll be a theme on a lot of these plays. Like some of them, secondary to primary, it takes a large leap for guys to get from one spot to the other. Some of these is like, you're already there. Like, you're really just already there. And this is one of those plays. So you just get to the sideline. You guys continue to carry, sit down, whatever right here. This is the easy one to run secondary. So, and then press and blitz. Again, we have the option, like I said, to experiment who's on, who's off the line here. If there's somebody we don't want to get jammed, it is this corner, which is probably why, now that I think about it, I had him off the line of scrimmage. So press, yeah, we would love if this guy's down in his mitt, maybe we could do something with the pick, but even if we leave this guy off, just quickly just get outside leverage and get out there against the press, and no one's going to be there because this corner's down in his face and we're holding him still here. So this little smash concept to the right is obviously a good man beater. And then back to the left, like I said, a good press beater, not man beater. To the left, to our backside here, we're not necessarily tripping against press. It's not something we would call to exploit press per se, but we're still fine backside against press. Just, you know, get leverage to the side where we need to break, and, you know, get separation. I'd say, you know, I'd probably look to the Y sooner, because again, in theory, this is going to be our biggest target on the field if we take the personnel of it all super seriously. So yeah, big easy target over the middle where, like, even if the guy's close, big catch radius, could throw it high, something like that. So against press. And then against blitz, yeah, we'd have to see. It would depend on the depth of the corners, obviously. But I mean, throwing a hitch is a good blitz beater. Hitting this center drag could be a blitz beater if this guy really carries with this, and this, you know, this could be a lot of open space. Obviously, just ripping it into the double and getting to the secondary play, that's a blitz beater in and of itself. Like, whether or not, you know, every play by design is good to beat the blitz, we got to remember, moving the ball to the double and making them defend a secondary play in and of itself is a blitz beater. So we've got that to go to every play. Peace calling me back. I'm going to end this video right here, y'all.